Hello, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. And we're coming at you today from my backyard. Got all the animals here. There's little Wilbur. So we recently bought this, it's called the Go Dog Go fetch machine. And we're training the dogs to use it. Oh, there you go. Wilbur likes to just take it out of there. But this is my son's dog, Banjo. And he knows how to use it, but he gets a little camera shy. Yeah, he'll take it and he'll put it in there, and then he'll chase it. He hasn't quite got it yet. And this is Ranger. He just likes to sit there. He likes to chase one ball and then never give it up. Let's get the ball, Wilbur. Come on. Let's try it out. Okay. All right. Gotta let it sit. Let it sit. All right. Go get it. That ball doesn't always launch the best. But anyway, enough of the backyard. Well, actually, let me show you a little something here. Yeah, this is retaining wall. Yeah, we built this a couple years ago. That is a lot of retaining wall blocks. My back is still sore from that. Let's see. Oh, there's Banjo. Come on, Banjo. No, he went back inside. I'm gonna take you inside. We're gonna show you what today's project is. Today we're gonna try to attempt to work on this floor here. So like any good guy from the country, I have my whiskey glass here, and you can see we're pretty level over here. We're not so level there. See that? So we spilled some water here or something a while back, and it had just a very small, the dogs are so helpful. Oh yeah, look at you. Thanks, Banjo. It had a very small, uneven area here, but it got worse over the summer. I don't know if we spilled more water or just if it went over time. So we're gonna have to replace this board and possibly this one. I think this one looks like it might be okay over here. Now, my lovely wife is actually the one who put this floor down, her and my son. They did it while I was on a deployment a couple years ago. They did a great job. It's not easy to do, and they put a lot of flooring down. All this flooring here, all over there, every bedroom's got it. So I can't even take credit for having done it, but it looks like I'm gonna learn how to repair this, and I don't really know how to do it, honestly. We have some new flooring, and I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take this little strip off here between the kitchen floor and the dining room floor, and then I'm gonna start removing pieces. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna label each piece so I know where they go. I'm gonna get to that point, and then I'm just gonna measure and replace them. So hopefully that's how to do it. I don't know. A lot of things that I do, I just kind of look at them and figure them out and learn them as I go. So hopefully that's how you're supposed to do that, and I don't learn that I did it incorrectly or that there was a much easier way. So let me get some stuff together. We'll start taking this floor apart, and I'll start the video up once we're at that point. So when I tried to peel this little transition strip off, I went underneath it with the putty knife here. It felt like it was coming off okay, but then I noticed it just ripped this entire piece. This piece goes into this channel, so that just ripped completely off there, so I had to dig that all out of there. So in the meantime, I've got that piece and that piece of trim off, and this piece, and I'm getting this one here, so I'm just gonna show you what I've been using. So, well, yeah, look, we still got a couple ants, little visitors. So when it was installed, we put some caulking along here to seal it all up. So I kind of broke the seal of the caulking with the putty knife, and then just kind of get it in there and peel it back. And most of the finished nails, so you can see them, this will just come out through the finished nails because they have such small heads on them. Those are put in with a little finish air nailer that I got. So what I'll do is after we get done with this is I'll go around here and I'll pull all those finished nails out. So most of them stayed in here, but on some of the trim, it came out with the trim. This is this piece here. Most of them stayed in, but some of them came out. Look at the size of that monster. So your best bet is to pull them out this way. Pull them out. It might leave a small hole on the front, but you can fill that in with caulking. You can actually see it on here. It kind of looks shitty for some reason, but fill it in with a little bit of caulking and then sand it off and then paint it. So I think I've got enough of this off to start working on getting these pieces peeled up. And like I said, I am doing this kind of blind, uncertain what I'm doing. So we're gonna just try to, look, the whole floor is coming up. So I don't know what's gonna be the best route here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting and then I'll come back to you. We'll see what happens. So literally just like 5 seconds after I shut off the video, this thing popped up, and then I was able to slide this one out, and then this one popped out very easily. So now I'm hoping that the next couple rows will come out as easily. So we'll see how that goes. But we're on the way. Who knows how it's going to happen? Got the vacuum here to clean up because a lot of dust got behind all this stuff. So we're going to clean it up as we go. So as I've been taking these off, I've been labeling them, starting from the left. So this is R1, tack 1, row 1, first one on the left, row 2, second one, left to right, just the way that we count here in America. Row 2, second one. So I've got the first small row and started on the second row. And now I've come to a quandary here on this third one, because these have been pretty easy because they're not locking into anything beyond. These all lock together. If you've ever done these floors, you know what I mean. Let me show you on one of these. So they've got a little lip here and a groove on the other side. There you go, that one. And they lock together. And you just kind of pound them together. And they lock. They kind of have like a little click lock thing. So in order for me to get this one out, I can't slide it this way because it's got this cut in it where it was cut to fit around here. So I have a couple of options. I can either try to wiggle it out a little bit and it'll probably break one of these sides, which this is in a low traffic area. It's under the corner here. So that may be okay. Or what I'm thinking I'm going to try first is I'm going to take row 3, R3 tack 1 out there. And once that one's out, then I'm going to try to just slide this one out, which it should slide out of here. The dogs are being helpful here. It should just slide out. And it's just held in by right there. So then when I get to row 4, then I should be able to take the first 3 off. And then when I get to row 5, I should be there. And then row 6 will get me right here. Now that is still going to leave me with this one being kind of locked in, but maybe I can do the same thing. I might be able to slide this one out. So let me set this up. I don't know how good of an angle I'll get you here, but we'll set you up and hopefully the dogs don't ruin this. All right, dogs, we're coming in. You gonna be helpful? All right, so this one should come up, pops out. That's row 3, tack 1. Now this is the one, like I said, it's locked in here a little bit. So maybe I can get it loose and I can wiggle it. If I can get something on it, I might be able to slide it out. But I don't know if that's going to work or not. There we go, it's going right to my junk. Nope. It's pretty tight in there. So let's continue thinking about what we're going to do here. Maybe we can figure something out. If you look right here, right there, there's just a little bit of a gap. Now, worst case scenario, if I mess this up, we have a lot of extra flooring. So maybe I can get the edge of the scraper in there and just give it a little bit of persuasion. So I'm gonna stop the video and think about it and look at it a little bit and see what we come up with. All right, so I looked at it a little bit and I decided that I was gonna take advantage. It was just, I loosened it up enough to just get a tiny gap there. And what I did was I got this heavy scraper. It's been heavily modified by me. Look at that, I took an old rubber hose and put it on there. But anyway, I drove that in there just a little bit. And then once I had it in a little bit, I tapped it with my giant hammer here. And it's moving. And I think I can get that thing out of there. So let's see if it's gonna go if I just give her a tug now. I think it might. Voila. All right, so that's row three, number 2. So now I got row 4 right here and row 5 right there, and then row 6 is our damaged ones, and I think I'm even gonna go to row 7. So on this damaged one, this one is all secured in as well. So I'm hoping that my trick will work on that one, but since it's damaged, I don't even care. What I might do to it is I might just take a block of wood and screw it right into this and then just tap it out with the block of wood. Because tapping it back in is that's gonna be less of a hassle. Getting it out, I think that's what I'm gonna do on that one. So far, so good, I guess. I should have started a clock to see how long this has all taken me, because I'd be kind of interested to see how long this project goes. All right, even with all the help from the dogs, made pretty good progress, and it's been going okay. So I'm kind of glad I had that first one that was kind of tight in there, because I've had to do that again. And then after getting going here, my trophy wife pointed out that there's a nick. Oh no, let's focus on it. There's a nick in this one. So she wants that one replaced too, and that one is way buried in here. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get that one out. And if we need to replace it, I can do like I said I might do on this one, where I screw a piece of wood to it. So I'm gonna try it on this one first. So let me show you how I think I've been kind of working on these without videoing it, but they come out pretty easy. Now that I said that, this one's not gonna come out easy. Well, of course it's not. Let's get this awesome camera angle going here. So just kind of pull them up. And this one isn't gonna come out easy because it's locked in over there. Thank you, YouTube. Let's try this one right here. Maybe I've just been lucky. Could turn the camera off, it makes it easier. The whole floor comes up pretty easy. There you go. Ta-da! Now this one will come up easy. There we go. And now we are to this one here. Flooring is coming up. This one here is one of the ones that's water damaged. You see it? So this floor is kind of nice and kind of crappy at the same time, because if you spill just a little bit of water on it and you don't get it up right away, this is bound to happen, because it's only, look how, you can see if it focuses. Not very good. But the amount of real wood that's on top of here is about a fingernail's worth. And it's very hard, but the underneath part of it is all a composite material made out of like ground up wood, sawdust kind of crap. And it doesn't do so good with water. So that being said, we got the first messed up piece out, and this piece and this piece are coming out, and then maybe this one here with this terrible damage. I know we have house guests over and they probably are just laughing behind our backs about that terrible damage, but you know what, I'm joking, but while I'm here, it just makes sense to replace it. So we got, I think, let me head out here. I think she bought enough stuff to redo almost an entire house. I got 4 boxes of this stuff. I don't know how many pieces are in there, but I got three or four pieces that I need to replace out there. So I'm gonna count how many are in here, and then maybe I might even return some of this. Oh yeah, let's check this out. Look at all that drywall dust from when some clown was working on this window. Oops, didn't clean up as good as I thought I did. All right, back at it. All right, so we've already got most of the damaged stuff out here, so now we're just getting the adjoining ones, including this one with a little scratch. And we got the wiener dog helping out here, but I located this tool that I'm 99.9% sure is for putting in these floors anyway. And I had it laying around still. And this has been working really good for these ones that are interlocked. You just get a little bit of a gap and get it in there, and then it just taps them right out. And of course it's if you're careful, you won't damage them, but this one is already broken anyway. So let's see if we can pull it out by hand now. There we go. So that one's out, and then this is the one that has the little scar on it. So there we go. So that should be all the damaged ones. We're gonna double check, and then I'm gonna clean up the whole area. Oops, clean up, look at that. Clean up the whole area. Take that back in, I guess. And then start laying out to put the replacements back in here. So, and the wiener dog's helping. Other dogs are not being all that helpful today, but you know, we can't always have everything we want. I'm starting to get a little sheen going here, so it's a little bit warm. I think we're gonna close the windows. Turn the AC on. One of the nice things about doing an indoor project is we can stay comfortable, and I get the refrigerator, some cold beverages in there. So anyway, I'm gonna clean this up. I'll start laying some out, and we'll start installing. All right, so we're making some progress getting this floor down. This one right, which one was it? This one right here. This one was a giant pain in the ass to get this in here. It was really tight. When I pulled it out, I mean, if you remember, I had to separate it a little bit and hit it with that scraper that I got. And it came out pretty easy, but going back in, oh my God, it was a pain in the ass. I ended up breaking a couple boards because tapping on the edge of them here, there's a couple special tools you use. And even with the special tools, it still was putting so much pressure on there that it was splitting it. And I think I broke 4. And now this one I got in, it even has a little bit of an edge on it, but after getting that far, I'm just gonna deal with it. It's not nearly what it was, and there's no water damage, so it shouldn't get worse. But the rest of this should go fairly quick. Got it, let's see. So this is row 5, number 3. Let's see if we can get this one in on camera. Get them in this way first. Looking over the camera. This is YouTube spectacular. All right, and then you just got to close up that gap right there, which by all means should be simple, but it's not always easy. looking? You keeping an eye on it for me there? Thank you. Are we there? You're supposed to be watching. All right. And just another tap. Not quite. One more for the road. There we go. It's gonna work. All right, we'll continue. Banjo, have you been helping on the floor? He's been helping a little bit, but more or less it's been me and the wife been working on this. The dog's helped a little bit, but as you can see, a little numbering system worked pretty good to go back together. Row 3, number 1, row 3, number 2, row 4, number 1. So took it apart, numbered it. All the new pieces are over here. And the little tiny bit that I thought was going to be, like I said, when I was having trouble getting that one piece in, it's not noticeable. So let's see what we got left here. A couple items. Row 2, number 2. This one, maybe a pain in the butt. I don't know. No, it's not gonna be bad. Look at that. It's almost in already. So what you gotta do, get it in there at an angle, push it down, and use a little block. Oh, come on, Ranger. Are you trying to help you? Get the little block. Tap it in that way. Oops. There we go. And we're going to close that gap right there by tapping on this end. All right, well, we'll try it. Is it in there? Looks like we got about another millimeter to go. Ought to close it up. Yep. Everything's looking pretty good. Let's grab that last row 2, number 1. That's sitting right here. Row 2, number 1. Piece of the underlayment from another one, I guess. Off of there. Number 1. A tight fit over in this corner, but I think we can make it work. All right, now for this one, I'm gonna have to use this little pulling tool because this one, you can get behind it, but it'll be real hard to hit it with a hammer. So. This pulling tool, and hopefully we don't break nothing. And the last 2 little pieces, let me grab them. Row 1, number 2 goes over here. About like that. We might have to put this one in first. Row 1, number 1. Yeah, we'll put that one in first. And put this one in second. Sometimes it's a puzzle. You know, it's kind of like life. It's a puzzle. Get it in over here. What is we're gonna get? There we go. For the final piece. I don't know how we're gonna make it work, but we'll get it one way or another. Might be a little tricky. Actually, I might just end up having to cut this end off of it. I took you away from the action for just a second, but I was able to finagle it in there. I'm just going to close this gap up, so hopefully we can get behind it with this. Close that up. Let's see if we can get on here. Close that up. Now, the very last one is to close up that gap right there. Ta-da. A little bit more over here, of course. There we go. So, we got the entire floor put back down. We got rid of our problem area, which I don't even remember where it was, right here. So we got rid of that. Replaced some of these other ones that had very small issues on them. All I gotta do is cut a new piece of transition right there, which should be pretty easy. Pop that in and then put these all back up, nail them up, caulk them, paint them. So yeah, all in all, I got like another hour and a half worth of work to do, but I'm gonna cut the video here because I haven't eaten. It's hot and I'm getting tired. So thank you very much for coming along with me on this tinkering job. And I hope the next one goes a little bit easier. But it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a multi-day thing, so thank you very much. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.